Good morning. I will now call to order the meeting of the Solano County Board of Supervisors for May 5th, 2026, and happy Cinco de Mayo. So to the clerk of the board, roll call, please.
Supervisor James? Present. Supervisor Mashburn?
Here.
And Chair Brown?
Yes. I'd like everybody to stand and we'll say salute to the flag and a moment of silence. Think of our men and women who are fighting across the seas. Ready? Begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. All right, that was a different sound. Presentation number one, are there any public comments?
Ma'am, I have no cards for item number 1, and I have no callers on the line.
Then would you read the title, please?
Yes, ma'am. Adopt and present a resolution recognizing May 8th, 2026 as Child Care Provider Appreciation Day in Solano County. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
One moment, please. So ordered by a vote of 3-0.
Good morning. Who wants to take the resolution?
Yeah, who's watching the kids?
Well, good morning, everyone. Today we are honoring one of our most critical members. Compensating early caregivers with a living wage is proven to reduce high turnover rates and ensure high-quality care for children and address severe economic disparities. And whereas Solano Family and Children Services, the First Five Solano Children and Families Commission, Solano County Child Care Planning Council, the Solano County Licensed Family Child Care Association, and the Solano Napa Association for the Education of Young Children, along with advocacy organizations across the United States, will be acknowledging the importance of child care providers on May 8th, 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the Solano County Board of Supervisors does hereby proclaim May 8th, 2026 as Child Care Provider Appreciation Day in Solano County.
Thank you. Good morning, board members, staff, and members of the public. My name is Alicia Gutierrez, and I am the Health Education Specialist representing First Five Solano, and it is an honor today to present the resolution for May 8th, 2026 as Child Care Provider Appreciation Day in Solano County. This day serves as a meaningful opportunity to recognize and celebrate the dedication of child care providers across our county, those who nurture, educate, and support our youngest children during the most critical years of development. These providers, including teachers, caregivers, child care homes, extended family members, offer more than just supervision. They create safe, enriching environments that lay the foundation for lifelong learning, healthy development, and school readiness. Child care providers are essential to working parents, allowing them to pursue their careers, education, stability, while trusting their children are capable and caring hands. These providers are truly our unsung heroes in our communities. They are the workforce behind the workforce, shaping our future one child at a time. Despite operating with limited resources, child care providers continue to show up every day with heart, professionalism, and commitment to children and families they serve. They truly do deserve our recognition and appreciation, not just today, but every day. And at this time, I am pleased to introduce our speakers. Kathy Lago, Executive Director of Solano Family and Children Services, followed by Tony Ayala with Solano County's local Child Care Planning Council, and Ebony Brown, owner of Safe in My Hands Family Child Care, who will all share remarks of this meaningful resolution and the lasting impact of child care providers in our county. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Brown. Thank you, Member James. All of you here today, we appreciate you listening to the importance of childcare. Solano Family and Children's Services has been in our county for 48 years. Our main focus is helping families find childcare, helping childcare providers to become licensed and stay licensed, as well as supporting those services around them that help children thrive. In the last year, Solano Family and Children's Services provided support to 41 community members to become licensed family child care providers. Our county is a commuter county still, and so long hours is really necessary for many families, and licensed family child care in the neighborhood really provides that resource. That made the ability to have 355 new child care spaces. But for any of you, as Member James said, looking for child care, it's not just one-on-one, there's a child care down my street, it's gonna work. It's a relationship. It's someone who you trust with your child. So we have to have a mixed delivery system of all sorts of care all throughout the cities. We help 3 community members open child care centers, and of course they have more availability of spaces. That made 150 new spaces available in our county. We provided support to 198 of those providers, whether center or family child care or family, friend, and neighbor care, because some of us use family members, with support and training and education for providing quality child care. We pay out millions of dollars every year for subsidized child care. It helps people stay working. It helps people complete their degrees and schooling. It helps people while they're looking for work. Every month we pay millions of dollars for over 3,500 children's subsidized care. Families working, children learning. It's an important infrastructural support. Recruiting childcare providers has always been our most important goal, because in order for us to provide the care that's needed for families like you in the community, we need to continue to develop that. They are small business owners in this county. They are part of the infrastructure. As we continue to grow, as we look at plans for development, bringing in new housing, bringing in new infrastructure, childcare needs to be a part of that discussion. You need a hospital, a school, a fire department, police, and you need childcare. Not necessarily a center, but a subsidy from a community organization or a company or a child care center that works for some people, and supporting those who work very, very hard for low wages. So as Solano Family and Children's Services move forward, we'd love to have those discussions if people are interested in that. I'm really happy to now hand it over to Tony Ayala, also a professor at Solano Community College, as well as a member of our local planning council.
Good morning, Commissioners. As Kathy said, my name is Tony Ayala, and I'm a full-time faculty member of Child Development and Family Studies in our Early Childhood Education Department here at Solano Community College, and the chair of the Local Planning Council. Thank you for inviting me for this time once again to speak. As I often tell my students, I've been at this work since back in the 1900s. And what those years have taught me is this: they cannot wait for a knight in shining armor to ride into their classrooms or their family child cares, bringing them the compensation and recognition that their workforce deserves. Our providers here in Solano County already understand that my students will need to be strong advocates for themselves, for fair compensation, and for social equity. But this does not mean that those of us in leadership cannot lift as they climb. Today's recognition is a meaningful and necessary step in the right direction. Child care providers are the glue holding our communities together. They make it possible for parents to go to work or attend school. Child care providers are the most diverse workforce across all of California's educational systems, with the majority of the providers, of course, being women, and over 2/3 of those being women of color. Child care providers are also highly educated, having pursued degrees well beyond the current regulations requirements. In our family child care programs, over half hold associate degrees, and in our centers, more than half of the teachers hold a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. They pursue this education because they understand its value. These child care providers deserve to be fairly compensated for the essential work that they do. Over the past 5 years, our neighboring counties of Alameda, Sonoma, and Contra Costa have taken meaningful action, passing local tax measures that directly supplement the low wages and reimbursement rates that these providers rely on to keep their doors open. At the county level, they have made a clear choice to prioritize early care and education by dedicating funding specifically for this workforce. Here in Solano County, we have the same opportunity. Conversations are already underway, and there is a growing momentum to explore similar solutions. We are hopeful that the Board of Supervisors will join us as champions of this effort, helping to invest in the people who make it possible for families, communities, and our local economy to thrive. Again, I want to express my gratitude for the Commission holding time and space for this recognition and honoring the essential work of our child care providers. Thank you.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. I just want to thank the board members and the public today for recognizing May 8th as Providers Day. And this is coming from a provider, so we truly appreciate it. I want to just read something that I wrote. I wrote that child care providers are the backbone of this community. We thrive and we nurture children with curiosity, and we support their lifetime learning. At the heart of this work, we're educators. We shape the child's future, we support the parents, we encourage the children to grow in all capacities, in all areas of their life. We are small business owners in the community, and we offer great impact to the children and their families. Today, I want to highlight thousands of providers in Solano County, including caregivers, family friends and neighbors, and the ones who support children across Solano County. Our service makes it possible for parents to go to work, and we are small businesses who support the community. I was asked, why do I do this work? What is my mission? And my mission is to support families in their growth in childcare. My goal when I began my program in 2010 was just to complete my CDC and get my requirements. But over time, I became very passionate, and it was a true mission for me to do and offer childcare. So over the past 2 years, I earned 5 associate degrees with multiple certificates serving the families, knowing that the knowledge that I have would be able to support the families. I share this to say we're not babysitters, we're professional providers. I share this to say that we're teachers, we're educators, we're family child care providers, and we offer more than just babysitting. For more than 16 years, I worked in the early childhood setting and early childhood development. I'm also a member of the local planning council. I'm also a member of Solano Family Child Care Association. So today, I just want to thank you guys for recognizing today as Child Care Provider Day and just continue to do the great work. We all have our opportunity and a dedication in the community to continue to support child care in Solano County. Thank you.
Hold on. Madam Clerk, have there been any cards submitted, or are there any callers on the line that wish to speak on this item?
I have no cards for item number 2, and I do have a caller on the line. I'm not certain which item they want to speak on. Caller with phone number ending in 20. If you wish to speak on agenda item number 2, please press *3 to raise your hand. Caller with phone number ending in 20. If you wish to speak on agenda item number 2, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay, they are not raising their hand.
If you would read the title, please.
Yes, ma'am. Adopt and present a resolution recognizing May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Correctional Officers and Correctional Employees Appreciation Week in Solano County. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Okay, great. All right.
So ordered by a vote of 4-0.
Come on. Don't be bashful. Morning, Sheriff. How you doing? Good. Morning. 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 Good morning. Long time no see. How you been? Very good, thank you.
Good morning, y'all, and thank you for joining us. It's
absolute honor to be able to present this resolution this morning to a group of people who mean a lot to me. They're family from the sheriff's office. It's where I grew up. It's where I spent 35 years of my career, and it's where hopefully these folks will spend 35 years of theirs or more. Although there aren't very many that stick more than that. When it comes to corrections, and they're kind of the unsung heroes in our justice system. They are the hub in that wheel. If you think of our justice system as a hub, there's all the different pieces. There's the enforcement piece. There's the prosecution piece. There's the public defender. There are all those elements that go into our justice system. The one thing that all of those touch is our jails. It's our custody setting. It's these folks right here who have the responsibility of keeping our public safe, at the same time providing a safe and humane place for people to be held until such a time as they can go to trial and our justice system can proceed. And it is not always a safe environment. It is not always a quiet environment. It's a very stressful place to work. It can be very dangerous at times, and these folks do that day in and day out. They do that on holidays, on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. They're there 24/7. There's lights on across the street that were lit in 1987 when that building opened, and they haven't gone out in the whole time. It's kind of like Motel 6. But that service is provided by these folks to assure that when folks in there have to stay in there in the justice system, that they have opportunities to be able to come out of that system and be successful in society. I want people to understand that corrections is not just about keeping somebody locked up. It's also about giving them a hand up and helping them get out of that system at some point in time. And these folks do that, and they do that very well. To that end, in 1984, President Ronald Reagan designated the full first week of May as National Correctional Officers Week, commemorating the contributions of correctional officers and personnel who work in jails, prisons, and the community corrections across the country. Correctional officers have the difficult and often dangerous assignment of ensuring the custody, safety, and well-being of inmates in our county jails. Their position is essential to the day-to-day operations of these institutions. Without them, it would be impossible to achieve the foremost institutional goals of security and control. The value that correctional officers have on providing public service is largely unknown to the public they serve and is often overlooked within the public safety community, despite their serving as the frontline first responders inside jail facilities. Their responsibilities extend beyond just security. They provide crisis intervention, emergency medical response, suicide prevention, and de-escalation of violent encounters. Working in correctional facilities is demanding, as personnel must maintain a constant state of heightened vigilance and adhere to strict security protocols. These professionals are often called upon to make quick decisions in rapidly evolving, uncertain, and dangerous situations. In recent years, the service of corrections staff has become increasingly complex with a growing and volatile inmate population that often has underlying mental health issues. Corrections staff are a vital component of the field of corrections and rehabilitation, caring for incarcerated persons in their custody while encouraging inmates to develop skills, attitudes that permit them to lead productive lives after their release. It is appropriate that we honor and celebrate correctional professionals for their devotion to bravery, ongoing commitment to being the change that they would like to see in the world. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Solano County Board of Supervisors recognizes the week of May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Correctional Officer and Correctional Employees Appreciation Week and commends the correctional officers and employees of Solano County and the correctional facilities for their dedication and distinguished service to the citizens and the justice-involved persons of Solano County. And with that, Sheriff, it's all yours, sir.
Thank you, Supervisor Mashburn and Board. Brad Dwell, your sheriff. So we're here to recognize and honor our correctional staff, and there's just a small segment here of our 250 plus correctional officers that run our jails. The lights do go out. We fix them, but we don't have that great of lights. They do go out, but we have staff that take care of that. But literally, it's a 24/7, 365 operation. It's something that never ends, and there's always challenges. But these folks always step up to those challenges, and things have changed a lot. I thought maybe I could tell some stories back from when Mitch and I worked in the jails together, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate here. But it's come so far, and what I would say is that I'm so proud of the staff behind me that not only do they want to get to the places we need to be, but they want to be the best at what we do. And that's always the goal, whether it be from getting to medical accreditations to medicated assisted treatment to rehabilitation at our Rourke Vocational Training Center, and trying to come up with different ways on how we teach these trades so that they get skill sets so that they can go out to the community and thrive. So these are all the things that the folks behind me, like, their passion is. Like, they're not just standing there, watching, what you would think is like a guard. They're there. This is a career. This is a passion. This is a calling for them to serve this community, and I couldn't be more proud of what they do every day. So, does anybody want to say anything? They work through action. We are more action-oriented. But I just want to thank all of you for what you do every day. And actually, I want to take just a minute, and they're not here, but we have our Correctional Officer of the Year, and that's Bruce Walburn this year. He's one of our trainers. He has a lot of passion for what he does. He trains a lot of our new folks that come into this profession, and he was selected as our Correctional Officer of the Year. He's off enjoying unplugging and getting some off time. And then we also have like a Supervisor of the Year at the Sheriff's Office. It happens to be a Correctional Sergeant, Clinton Gibson. If you know him, what do you think? I think smile. That guy's smiling all the time. It's amazing that he is always smiling, and he sings. He's got talent. And if you want to see him sing, he'll be at our Peace Officer Memorial on the 13th. So I just wanted to call those folks out for us. But thank you all. Appreciate you.
Right down front there. Hey, what's up, Dan?
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Hey, Brad, congrats on getting all of those medals and stuff back. Good job, all of you guys, for doing that. Thank you. All right, item number 4, to the clerk of the board, have any cards been submitted or any callers online for item number 3, I apologize.
I have no cards submitted for item number 3. Caller with phone number ending in 20. If you wish to speak on agenda item number 3, raise your hand, or press star 3 to raise your hand. Okay, ma'am, they're not raising their hand.
So if you would read the item, please.
Adopt and present a resolution recognizing the week of May 6th through the 12th, 2026 as National Nurses Week in Solano County. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
So ordered by a vote of 4-0.
Hello, everybody. Well, I get the honor of recognizing National Nurses Week. And it's really dear to my heart because my mom's a nurse. So I grew up hearing all the stories and really caring for the NICU because that's where she served most of her time. So I will read this resolution presented by the Board of Supervisors. Whereas professional nursing organizations, health systems, and communities around the world have traditionally celebrated National Nurses Week every May 6th through the 12th to thank and recognize nurses for their dedication to the profession. And whereas the International Nurses Association 2026 Nurses Week theme, The Power of Nurses, celebrates the resilience, compassion, and leadership nurses bring to healthcare and highlights the profound impact nurses have on patient outcomes, health culture, and the future of the profession. And whereas nursing is the nation's largest healthcare profession, you heard that, it's still a profession, providing compassionate, skilled, and life-saving care to individuals, families, and communities. And whereas Solano County employs approximately 60 nurses and nurse practitioners in a variety of programs and settings, including family health services, behavioral health, child welfare services, foster care, older and disabled adult services, Solano County detention facilities, and several public health programs, including communicable disease and tuberculosis control, nurse family partnerships, community impact nursing, childhood lead poisoning prevention, Healthy Families America, and California Children's Services. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Solano County Board of Supervisors recognizes May 6th through 12th, 2026 as National Nurses Week and salutes the efforts of dedicated nurses in the performance of their duties throughout Solano County. Yes to the nurses. All right. And
Thank you. My mother was also a nurse, and she worked at Queen Valley Hospital for more than 20 years. So, yeah.
Alta Base. I had to call out Alta Base.
So I'm Jaylene Richards. I'm the interim health director for Solano Public Health and Health and Social Services, and I'd like to thank the board for recognizing National Nurses Week. Solano County nurses change lives every day, and we're grateful for that service. We have nurses that serve our perinatal population, serving new moms and babies, making sure that they thrive and are healthy. We have nurses that reduce diseases in our spread of diseases in our community. We have nurses that work with our foster care children, making sure they get their well child visits and their vaccines, as well as our behavioral health clients, serving our mental health clients. They serve medically fragile children, making sure they get the health services they need, as well as the medical equipment they need. Our older adult population, uninsured population, low-income population, I should just say everyone. And one thing that we started recently is public health nurses going out to encampments and serving our unhoused populations. And every day I see a nurse, they are so excited about what they do and just enjoy what they do. And if we think about it, they're giving a lot of themselves to the community, and that takes a lot of self-care that they need to do so they can give every single day. And they do it with a smile and just really enjoying what they do. I like to thank them. I forgot to mention. We have nurses in our schools, hospital, clinics, skilled nursing facilities, long-term care facilities, and those nurses and those healthcare professionals really worked with us during the pandemic and many other public health emergencies that we've had in the community. I'd like to thank them for their service as well. Thank you to Solano County nurses. Thank you for your dedication to making Solano County a healthier place to live. I have two speakers here today, and Charmel is going to go first.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. To start, I would like to thank the Board of Supervisors for this resolution that highlights Nurses Week, bringing recognition to the vital and influential role of nurses in Solano County. My name is Charmel Sala, and I am a public health nurse with Solano County Health and Social Services. I am part of the Community Impact Program, which is a team of public health nurses, health assistants, translators, and administrative staff that work with parents, caregivers, and children. The theme for this year's Nurses Week is the power of the nurses. As a team of public health nurses and support staff, we strive to influence our clients toward better health in a comprehensive approach by assessing and addressing their needs that encompass physical, financial, and psychosocial, just to name a few. We connect them to valuable community resources that provide important services, and as nurses, we provide education and support. As public health nurses in the Community Impact Program, we visit our clients by and large in their homes, but we also meet clients wherever we can, for example, in a library, park, or restaurant, depending on the client's needs or situation. Our nurses interact with clients who are facing incredible challenges. Some have lost a baby or have had a child with a serious illness. Sorry. Some are finding ways out of a domestic violence situation and don't know where to get help. Others are struggling with mental health issues that make parenting even more challenging than it already is. Each client is different from the next, and our nurses walk into each unique situation looking for ways to support, encourage, and empower. Our approach to care is focused on the whole person. We deliver our care with respect that honors a person's culture, language, and background. To understand and serve our clients better, we employ a trauma-informed approach that allows us to educate our clients on ways to build healing and resilience in their lives so they can then pass that on to their children. Through this approach, connection with vital services, and supportive education, our nurses are able to influence the health and well-being of future generations of Solano County residents, which in turn makes for a stronger, healthier, and more prosperous community. Thank you again for shining a light and bringing attention through this resolution to the important role of nurses in Solano County.
Members of the board, thank you for this recognition. I accept this honor on behalf of the public health nurses and county clinicians who serve as the heartbeat of our community. We are often the first and sometimes the only point of contact for the vulnerable, the infirm, and the marginalized. We are the ones who show up for those seeking help when there is nowhere else to go. For us, this isn't a job. It's a sacred oath to provide care when it feels like the world has turned its back. It is for them that we are responsible. It is for them that we show up. The ratification of our contract has revitalized our hearts. This resolution is the foundation for a sustainable partnership where the board and its workers stand together in shared purpose. When this board swore their oath to faithfully discharge their duties, you accepted a fiduciary relationship, not just with the county budget, but with the people who protect our community's health. The public trust is a shared stewardship. It is held in the highest honor by nurses, and it must be held with the same reverence by the supervisors in this room. To honor your single allegiance to the people, this board must elevate the priority of the workers who provide the community's care. We see a future where the dialogue between us is robust and transparent, a future where a strike is never necessary again. Nurses take our responsibility personally. We provide unwavering, compassionate care for those desperately in need. We expect the board to uphold its own sworn duties to the people. It is the right thing to do, and it is the responsibility you accepted to protect and serve the health and safety of every resident of Solano County. We are deeply grateful for this recognition. Together, through the work we do and through the votes we cast, we have the power to improve our community. It starts now with a future of mutual support. So who are we? Nurses. If your child has to eat or breathe through a tube, your nurse is there. When you can't remember words or who your loved ones are, we are there. When cancer looms and your body fails, we will care for you. When infection tries to claim you, when your lungs give up, when your heart stops, nurses care. We restore you. We are your nurses, and we will never stop caring. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna all go here, take some photos.
Here we go, on three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right. To the clerk of the board, item number 4. Do we have any, my brain just did, just for 1 second. Here we go. Do we have any callers, any cards?
I have no cards for this item. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 4, please press star 3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 4, please press star 3 to raise your hand. They are not raising their hands.
So if you would read the item, please.
Adopt and present a resolution recognizing May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Solano County, and adopt and present a resolution recognizing May 4th through the 10th, 2026 as Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week in Solano County. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Great.
So ordered by a vote of 4-0.
So for those of you who haven't come up enough, come on back up. You were going to be able to stand?
You're right.
So, everybody here. All right. So we are combining, in essence, 2 resolutions because they both serve a different purpose, but it's the time to be recognized. So resolution number 2026-99 is the resolution from the Solano County Board of Supervisors recognizing May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month. And the other is resolution number 2026-100, resolution of the Board of Supervisors recognizing May. Every time I see May 4th, I want to say May the 4th be with you. Okay, just all right. Okay. I can hardly wait for May 22nd when the movie comes out. As Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week. And so whoever is speaking to one or both, come on up, please, because it's time for you guys to shine. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, good morning. My name is Nathan Hobbs. I'm Deputy Director of Solano County Behavioral Health. I'm here on behalf of Chief Deputy Director Jennifer Mullane, who could not be with us here today. On behalf of Director Mullane and our entire Behavioral Health Division, I'd like to thank the board for this recognition, this formal acknowledgement today of May as Mental Health Awareness Month. We thank you also for the many ways that you support our department and our division through your leadership. On this special occasion, we would also like to recognize and thank the hundreds of employees, both county and contracted network providers, who on a daily basis provide care, compassion, and persistent hope for thousands of Solano County residents who are on individual paths of recovery from mental health challenges and substance use addictions. There's a lot going on this month to celebrate Mental Health Awareness Month, and I want to just draw your attention to this paper here, which you can also pick up outside. There are a total of 15 events happening in cities across Solano County this month in celebration of this special month. And we encourage you to join one of these celebrations to promote the values of wholeness and recovery in our community. And now I'm very pleased to introduce to you Darian McGollung, who is a peer volunteer within our Behavioral Health Division, serving in the Wellness and Recovery Unit. He's going to share with us a brief glimpse of his recovery journey in the Solano County system. So Darian.
Good morning. This is a great honor. Thank you for inviting me. So my name is Darian, and I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. And today, I live in recovery. I have freedom from addiction, freedom from crisis, and freedom from a life that was once completely unmanageable. I also stand before you as a certified peer support specialist and a volunteer with Solano County Behavioral Health. But before all that, I was someone who needed help, and I didn't know how to ask for it. For years, I struggled with my mental health. I didn't understand it, I didn't know how to treat it, and I tried to handle it, everything on my own. And one of the biggest moments in my life happened when I became a father of twin girls. They were born very early, and they were both very small. I had a chance to hold them, feed them, and be with them, but only for a short time. Before they were born, the doctors told us that the pregnancy was at high risk, and we needed to be careful. But at that time in my life, I was not making good decisions. I was dealing with addiction, including sex addiction, and I didn't take the warning signs seriously. That decision had consequences. My daughters were born premature, and after about 3 weeks, one of my daughters passed away. And I carried that with me for a very long time. I blamed myself, I blamed God, and I didn't talk about it. I didn't know how to deal with it, with that kind of pain. So instead of facing it, I ran from it. The pain didn't disappear. It showed up in my mental health, in my choices, and in my addiction. Years later, that's what life looked like. Between 2018 and 2020, I was homeless, living out of my car, using substances, and just trying to survive. My life was chaotic, unstable, and I felt completely lost. There was a moment during that time when a valuable police officer knocked on my window. I thought I was going to jail, but instead, he offered help. He gave me resources, including Crisis Center. I didn't use it right away, but it, in that moment, stood with me. On July 27, 2022, that was my birthday, I hit rock bottom. I was living in bushes in Fairfield by Juvenile Hall. I was exhausted, hopeless, and I was suicidal. I remember jumping in front of cars hoping that I would get hit because I didn't want to live anymore. That's what untreated mental health looks like. That night, I said a little prayer, and God grant me the serenity. The next morning, I woke up with sprinklers hitting me. I started walking, and I saw a sign that said crisis. And in that moment, I remember that officer that tried to help me. I had a choice to keep going the same way or ask for help. I chose to ask for help. I walked up to the crisis center, rang the doorbell, and I said, I need help, I am suicidal. And what happened next changed everything. They welcomed me right away. They gave me a place to shower, clean clothes, food, and a bed to rest. I was able to talk to a doctor and get back on my mental health medication. And I connected with a peer support specialist, someone who understood what I was going through. That moment gave me something I didn't have before, stability and hope. From there, I stayed connected. I went through crisis services, residential treatment, sober living, and outpatient care. For 13 months, I stayed in treatment, and that's what made all the difference. Because recovery didn't happen in one day, it happened over time, with support, structure, and people who didn't give up on me. During that time, I also connected with peer groups and programs like Wellness Recovery Action Plan, WRAP, where I learned to manage my stress, recognize triggers, and prevent future crises. For the first time, I wasn't just reacting to life. I was learning how to live it. And somewhere along the way, I made a decision. I didn't just want to recover, I wanted to help others. Today, I am a peer support specialist, and I work as a peer support navigator in the California State Prison here in Solano. Thank you. Thank you. I'm helping others prepare for re-entry and to build a better life. Today, I stand here with a purpose. 45 months ago, I was living in the bush, not wanting to live. Today, I'm helping people who feel the same way find a reason to keep going. That's what recovery looks like for me. Thank you.
And our second resolution pertains to Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week. And for that, I'd like to introduce Robin Smith, the Mental Health Clinical Supervisor with the Maternal Child Adolescent Health Bureau. Robin?
Thank you so much. Good morning, Chair Brown, Vice Chair James, and members of the board. Thank you so much, Doreen, for that, sharing your story, and Mr. Hubbs for that introduction. The only thing that I would add is that I am with the magnificent Maternal Child and Adolescent Health Bureau. Thank you so much for recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month and Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week in Solano County. This year's theme, Rediscovering You, reminds mothers to reconnect with themselves. There are so many changes that happen during pregnancy and parenthood. In the context of maternal mental health, Rediscovering You also reinforces an important truth. Caring for yourself is not separate from caring for your child. It is a critical part of it. 1 in 5 mothers experiences a mental health condition such as anxiety or depression during pregnancy or after birth. When left untreated, the impact extends beyond the mother. It shapes how a child learns to cope, connect, and feel safe, impacting early development and long-term outcomes. We don't always say this clearly enough. A child's emotional world is shaped by the emotional support available to the caregiver. While the world hears data, in our work we hear, I didn't think anyone would understand. I thought I just had to push through. I didn't know help like this was available. And sometimes I might not be here today if it weren't for the support I received. Maternal mental health is not just about need, it's about access, trust, and connection. There are solutions. Through home visiting, community-based supports, culturally responsive care, expanded screening, and stronger coordination, we can better ensure families don't fall through the cracks. In alignment with Rediscovering You, Solano Maternal, Child, and Adolescent Health will highlight this year's theme through activities that support mothers' well-being, identity, and goals, including a walk and talk group, a gratitude and strength wall, and a wellness and reset station for staff who are truly the backbone of this work, and many whom are mothers themselves. To my perinatal mental health team, thank you for all of your work. All of these efforts promote emotional well-being, reduce stigma, and encourage open conversation about mental health. At the same time, Health and Social Services continues to support parents through prevention, early intervention, home visiting, and perinatal mental health services, strengthening relationships and improving overall family wellness. To any parent, especially new mothers who may be listening to this today, you do not have to do this alone. Support is here, and you deserve it. Your voice matters, and we hear you. When we support a mother, we support a child. And when we support families, we strengthen our entire community. Thank you so much for adopting this resolution and for the opportunity to speak.
So, beg your pardon? Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So we're going to do pictures. If you want to come by and down here or up there, poor Mitch. He's probably by himself. Yeah, somebody needs to be up there with him too.
Should we want me to go up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, please go up there. Go up there. I need him to be in the middle. Yes. Gotta be in the photos.
All right, here we go. On three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
just went to go get it. Thank you. You're fine.
Thank you for inviting me, guys.
Oh, no, are you kidding? I don't know about you guys, but that was two awesome presentations in terms of what's going on in Solano County. Whoa. Okay. So, to the clerk of the board, item number 5, do we have any cards? And then, are there any callers online that wish to speak on item number 5?
Ma'am, I have no cards for number 5. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 5, please press star 3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 5, please press star 3 to raise your hand. Okay, they are not raising their hands.
And if you would read the title, please.
Adopt and present a resolution recognizing May 2026 as Older Americans Month in Solano County. Do I have a motion?
So moved. That's okay. It can go down as two. It can go down as all the names. Okay. Okay.
Would you prefer that I wait one moment?
Is she coming right back?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and make the presentation.
Yeah, let's just do that, and then we'll say, yeah, that sounds good. Okay. All right, my AAA folks, come on up. All two of us, that's okay. You know,
You're gonna be here too, okay, great.
when you're retired, you get to sleep in. At least I've been told that.
Yeah, right. That's why we're here.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so, whoops. This is a resolution of the Solano County Board of Supervisors recognizing May 2026 as Older Americans Month in Solano County. I'm just up here because this looks like I am. So I'm just going to I know all these folks, they're going to choose who wants to speak, and because we all work together on so many different items. So go right ahead, Gwendolyn.
Thank you, Chair Brown. To Chair Brown and Vice Chair James and all of our supervisors, my name is Gwendolyn Gill. I'm a Health Services Administrator and support the AAA Area Agency on Aging as their interim director. It's exciting, and thank you for the opportunity to share moments focused on Older Adults Month, Older Americans Month this year. Thank you for your support of the aging services that you help provide to our through our county and our community. We support seniors living safely in our communities because of the dedication of you and everyone here for this increasingly vulnerable population. Many county staff members serve our seniors daily, making a positive difference by small and significant actions. Whether we are helping someone with benefits, investigating a report of abuse, counseling a senior with mental health issues, evaluating a person for in-home supportive services, or seeing someone in our clinics, or making a home visit, we are serving and supporting. So for however you touch seniors and people with disabilities, thank you for your service. We appreciate it. Through our Napa Solano Area Agency on Aging, we provide resources in the community through different service providers. And these would be resources such open to anyone, such as information and referral for services, caregiver support, respite, nutrition services, and also support with peer counseling. Our Solano County Master Plan on Aging, which we're quite excited about to be moving forward. This time we're talking about awareness and resources in the community, and we have a work group that we're supporting that work with right now, getting the word out about what's available to seniors in our community. The other priorities for the Solano Master Plan on Aging include health and physical healthcare and physical health, mental health, housing, safety, and protection, transportation, excuse me. So from time to time, I will scroll on my phone like some people may do from time to time. And the other day, I saw something that said aging, everyone's doing it. So if you have a birthday coming up, or if you plan to have a birthday, or you had a birthday, we're all doing it. So aging is what we all have in common. And so I really like that. Our theme of Champion Your Health refers not only to us being responsible for how we age and trying to age in a healthy ways, and then obtaining resources in the community as we need it, but also looking around in our communities to see how we can help. We can support advocacy, volunteerism, and support seniors wherever we are. Maybe there's someone that you touch in your neighborhood or in your family or what have you that may need your encouragement or may need you to help them with a particular resource. So before I leave you, I would like you to meet George Dawson, an African-American senior who left Texas to come to California for a better job in the 1950s. He worked in the shipyards in San Francisco, retiring in his 60s, and then for the next 40 years, yes, that would be close to 100, he was still thriving, championing his health, taking walks most days in the neighborhood in the Haight in San Francisco, even through his 90s. His humor and zest for life was infectious. His picture is on my desk in my office because he's my grandfather. He inspires me daily to serve, to care, and to make a difference in the lives of seniors and people with disabilities, one person at a time. So we challenge you today to think about that person that you can touch, the difference that you can make, and it's not too small, it's not too big, but wherever you are, please make a difference. Now I have the honor of introducing the chair of our Napa Solano Area Agency on Aging Advisory Council on Aging, Rita Deanda. She is truly a champion.
I can't even kind of live up to that at all.
Well, we paid her to say that, Rita.
Pardon me? Oh, yeah, you did. But before I start, I want to ask Supervisor Mashborn if I can, the correctional officers, if I can let my son know about it. He works at CSP. So I will do that. As Gwendolyn mentioned, I'm the chair of the Advisory Council on Aging. And I don't know if this is a reflection of how many people are aging. There's only 3 of us compared to the crowds that were here before. But as Gwendolyn said, we all are aging. And this year, the theme is Champion Health, because none of us want to grow old and be in declining health. Unfortunately, we are. And our advisory council, I represent a lot of volunteers who are very committed to helping people figure out how to navigate not being able to drive, maybe being lonely. So we have people who do provide rides for seniors to go to doctors or just to the barbershop, you know, things that people knew normally. What happens when you can't drive anymore? Your independence is taken away. And that can really lead to depression and to isolation. And we have folks who do care calls. We have a woman who's in her 90s as one of our volunteers at the Advisory Council who does care calls. And so she's created relationships with these people. And that's what we need to do, is a sense of community with each other, of supporting each other. and being there for each other. And the other thing we do is we go out and talk to people and let them know about the services that are available. A lot of people don't know about them. They don't know that they can get help until there's an emergency. You have a senior that falls. What do I do now? Where do I go now? And that's the last place you want to be in, is an emergency situation trying to figure out what to do. So we try to go out to all kinds of places to do presentations. We do tabling events. We have a variety of people from various backgrounds where, I don't know, I'm very proud of the people that I work with. One of the things that I realize is I'm a member of AARP, very proud. And AARP was started by a woman who was a teacher. And she got discouraged because one of her co-workers, when she retired, was living in a chicken coop. That's all she could afford. And she said, this cannot happen. And that's when she started AARP. And I'll end with this. AARP says that if you make cities livable for seniors, you make them livable for everyone. So keep that in mind. We're here. I don't want to be a burden to my children. I want to be as active as long as I can. And I know people in your lives who are seniors want the same thing. So help us do that and advocate for us. Thanks.
Down.
I was going to ask for volunteers who are seniors to come up.
There might be one or two back there.
Yeah, I know, but they're not going to admit it.
Come on, have some strength. Come on down.
Here we go. On three. 1, 2, 3.
On that last item, the vote was 4-0.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Right, but, okay, all right. Oh, for item number 5. Okay, just, okay. All right, got it, okay. Sorry, because I'm thinking, wait, okay, all right, we got it. Okay, so item number 5, public comment. Let's see, so Madam Clerk, any cards submitted? Anybody on the line that wishes to speak?
Yes, ma'am. I have cards submitted for public comment, and I will check with the callers on the line. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak under items from the public, this is our general public comment period, please press *3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak under general public comment, please press *3 to raise your hand.
I apologize. Did I say it wrong? Item number 5.
Am
I looking at the wrong one?
We just adopted item number 5.
5 was the one with the older American. Okay, because I didn't see anybody from first 5, so that was my confusion. I saw everybody from the Area Agency on Aging, and, okay, my bad. Okay, I apologize. Okay, so I'm sorry, that was my bad.
Nope, that's okay. So I do have, we are on items from the public, and I do have speaker cards.
Okay.
And I have.
Yes.
But it's not, I just wanted you to know.
Yeah, no, I see it right here, but I just got confused because I figured first 5 would come for that one too, and we had the area agency on aging, and we had everybody else, so first 5 came on other things, so my brain got confused as to the people who were here speaking. Okay, so it's time for us to take public comment. The clerk will call your name if you've turned in a card. If you're on the phone, press *3 to raise your hand, and the clerk will reach out to you. So this is items from the public. So Supervisor, go right ahead.
Thank you, Chair Brown. Normally we close in memory of people that we know and care about. And I had all intentions of closing in memory of Frederick Williams, but his family's here. And instead of making them wait through the whole meeting, I thought it would be best during public comment that I close in memory of Mr. Williams, and I know they wanted to say a couple of things in reference to him. So if they can meet me down at the podium, we'll close in memory of Mr. Frederick Williams. Joining me today is Mr. Sid Williams' family. I actually met him in Suisun City at Post 2023, and he was the first veteran to actually speak to me and sit and talk with me as we shared breakfast together. He was truly a joy to talk with and laugh, and I stopped by their home, and he didn't answer the door, and I'm like, that's not like him. I didn't realize that he had gone on to heaven. So I wanted to take this moment just to close in memory of him, all that he meant to Solano County and to the Air Force, because he joined the Air Force right after high school, and he served his country with bravery and dedication. And when he retired from the Air Force, he had the opportunity to accomplish his lifelong dream, and that was to be a trucker. And he was able to drive all over the country, and he just was a great delight and a wonderful person. If you didn't get to see him on the parades in downtown Fairfield with everyone else, you know, he waved proudly. He was very proud to serve his country and be such an amazing veteran. At this time, I'd like to let his son, Frederick Williams, speak on behalf and share with you how wonderful and great his father is. Thank you.
Thank you. It's like, thank you for the council, everybody here. My dad, he, like she said, he was in the Air Force after he graduated. And then he went to trucking, and then after he retired from that, he did more stuff in the community. He was in the VFW. He was at Mount Calvary Baptist Church. He served at the visual and recording for the church's stuff. And for the VFW, he helped found the Second Saturday breakfast that we have every month. And we do that for the last 15 to 20 years. I don't know when we started, but we've been doing that. He's always been trying to be active with the youngsters, young people, and he was just really inspiration for me to be a good person. I was at a time was lost. I was in drugs and everything, and he helped me through it. And I'm happy where I'm at right now. I was happy for the years that I stayed that I got to know him even more. That we had, we used to go out. I call it drive and dine, and we go to different places in Fairfield, and we go to restaurants and we eat there and we talk about what we ate, and he tells me how good it is and everything. I put it on my post. I'm glad that we had this opportunity that we can say something about my dad to everyone. And I thank everybody.
Now, if you haven't been to the breakfast down in downtown Sassoon, you need to go because it's this Saturday, and I'll tell you, Frederick makes a mean breakfast. He really does. He's an amazing chef, and I know his father was really proud of him. Would you like to say some words, Steve?
Thank you.
Thank you. You look just like your dad.
Appreciate that comment. We've been living here. Excuse me. Take it out. We've been living in Fairfield since 1968. I graduated from Armijo High School in 1974. I graduated from Solano Community College, and I've joined the Army, went around the world, and always ended up back here some kind of way. As far as my dad, we really had a great relationship. Besides, with your parent-child relationship you have with your parent, to an adult relationship. My dad was 90 when he passed away, and I'm 70, so we actually spend a lot of time together. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My office will be sending the family a proclamation in honor of their father. But again, I want to thank you all so much because Mr. Williams was really a remarkable, caring guy. Thank you. He just wanted to tell you about the breakfast.
I just want to let you guys know what's at the breakfast.
Did you want, I apologize.
Oh.
Did you want pictures?
Yeah, oh, yes, I would like pictures.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so we'll take pictures and then we'll let them know what's the breakfast, the cost, and that they can show up.
Yes. The breakfast is eggs, bacon, sausage, grits, hash browns, pancakes, blueberry pancakes, the best biscuits and gravy in Solano County. And we serve coffee, we serve water, we serve juices. Oh, yeah. And the cost is only $8. So it's the best breakfast in Solano County.
All right, so that's going to be tomorrow, this Saturday. So make sure you show up downtown Sassoon at the Veterans Hall.
Thank you very much. Make sure you come when we do our proclamation for Memorial Day too. That'll be coming up. Yes.
Thank you, Chair Brown.
Yeah, not a problem. Do you have any more speaker cards?
I have.
Okay, that's fine. Just want to make sure.
First speaker is Mayor of Fairfield, Catherine Moy. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. Great presentations today. Beautiful recognitions and important. I'm not here as Mayor of Fairfield. You guys need to get your mic straightened up here. But as a candidate for a District 3 supervisor, it's interesting because last week, as you know, I called for a countywide vote on California Forever. And how did my opponent and her team respond? with name calling and trying to shame me for bringing up what for most is a pretty simple issue. Should voters have a say on this matter, or should we continue with the charade of waiting to learn about the EIR and gathering community input? Talking about this, me talking about it, has been described as theater or a stunt. So I have to break this down so it doesn't get twisted. District 3 includes Suisun City. Our District 3 supervisor lives in Suisun City, as she served on the council there. The Suisun City Council is taking active steps to not let their citizens vote on this. Our supervisor hasn't said a word about this other than counties can't tell cities what to do. As mayor of Fairfield, I know that. A supervisor, however, has a platform. That's what being an elected official is. It's a platform to lead. If the supervisor won't get involved in an issue of this magnitude in her own city, you would think she would at least explore a countywide vote. Why not agendize this for the next meeting to direct staff to place a ballot, then asking voters whether they want it or not? What is so difficult about that? It isn't. It isn't difficult. And let people come and speak about it. That's what this is for. This is a forum. This is for people to speak. Better yet, since my opponents say I'm mean for bringing this up in public, where a supervisor allegedly can't respond, I'd like a conversation with our District 3 supervisor, open to the public, a debate. Would that be okay, you and me? Or is that not allowed for some reason too? Again, let the voters decide and give them a chance to see where the candidates stand before they vote. Isn't that at least they deserve? And to remind everyone, there's more than enough time to get this on a ballot in November. Thank you, supervisors.
Next speaker is Mo Kashmiri.
Hello, Mo Kashmiri with SEIU Local 10 to 1. Just wanted to continue to support SEIU 2015 in their fight for a fair contract. I know they're only getting a raise of 60 cents is what the county's proposing, which is nowhere near what inflation rate is. Everything has gone up and is continuing to go up, and it's wrong for us to not pay the folks that take care of our seniors a living wage. So hoping we can count on the county to do that. Second of all, I just wanted to also mention that I know later you'll be looking at the vacancy report. I just wanted to remind, when I'm going through and talking to county employees, the biggest thing that seems to come up is staffing. For example, in our dispatchers unit, we have 8, about to be 9 in a month vacancies out of, I think, a total of 22, which leads to lower morale, lower turnover, worse services, and our dispatchers are already subject to, essentially, they get secondary trauma, and it makes it worse if they're not able to have the time that they need to recover so they can do the job, because it's not an emotionally easy job to do. So I hope we can count on your support in increasing staffing and making sure SEIU 2015 gets a fair contract. Thank you.
Next speaker is Anand Patel.
You do have me on the list, right? With my raised hand.
Caller on the line with phone number ending in 20. We will call on the callers on the line after we finish in-person public comment.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair and members of the Board of Supervisors. On behalf of Visit Fairfield, Anand Patel, President and CEO, Visit Vacaville, Alyssa Pardini, and Visit Vallejo, Kirk Smith, thank you for the opportunity to recognize National Travel and Tourism Week here in Solano County. This week is a celebration of the power of travel and the important role tourism plays in strengthening our local economy, supporting our businesses, and enhancing the quality of life for residents and visitors alike.
Tourism is more than leisure. It drives economic opportunity across our county. In Solano County, travel generated $987.3 million in direct visitor spending, supports 8,850 direct jobs, and produced $25.7 million in local tax revenue in 2025. Those dollars help sustain jobs, fund essential public services, and support the restaurants, hotels, attractions, wineries, retailers, and small businesses that make our community vibrant.
Travel also showcases the very best of Solano County, from our waterfronts and downtown to our farms, wineries, cultural assets, and family-friendly attractions. It creates connections, inspires investment, and brings people together in meaningful ways. During National Travel and Tourism Week, we proudly recognize the hospitality workers, tourism partners, local businesses, and community leaders whose efforts make Solano County a welcoming and memorable destination. Thank you for your continued support of travel and tourism in our county and for helping us advance an industry that is vital to economic health and development and identity of Solano County. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mr. Joel Barilou. I'm never going to pronounce it right.
Good morning. Last Wednesday, when I looked at my newspaper, I was shocked and amazed to see these accusations about Lieutenant Mashburn, claiming that he was doing improper things and looking for payouts. And I thought, this isn't the guy I spent 18 years locked up with. And then I read a little further, and here it is, California forever. Supervisor Mashburn has always been a critic of California forever, but never on a personal level. He's always pointed out weaknesses in their planning, the fact that they don't address the amount of money taxpayers are going to have to put into that scheme, etc. But yet, California forever, going about their usual business model, have used a bunch of lies and personal attack, and hey, when you got a few $1 billion behind you, you can buy lawyers and pay people to say anything you want them to say. So I'm just here as a member of the public and one of the people who lives in Supervisor Mashburn's district, that most of us realize what lies are. And sometimes you're defined by who is out to get you. This was intended as a shot across the bow to any elected official that doesn't hop on board with the California Forever agenda and, ignore the voters, burden the taxpayers, get on board with their scheme, or else. Supervisor Mashburn, you've got your re-election theme right here. California Forever hates me. I'm your friend. No two ways about it. Supervisor Brown, I know you know this. You're a big girl. Watch your back. They're coming for you. Thank you.
Next speaker is Michael Jefferson.
Good morning, members of the board. California Forever is the largest proposed land use decision Solano County has ever faced. The conversion of 20,000 acres of prime agricultural land into an entirely new city. This single project will shape our taxes, our infrastructure, our water supply, our farming economy, and the future of every resident in every corner of this county for decades to come. And we know how it came about. Originally, this was a vote of at the Board of Supervisors. It was going to be a countywide vote. Unfortunately, California Forever went to Suisun City, offered them $10 million to bypass Solano orderly growth and the will of the people. It was quite literally a political mechanism to bypass democracy. It was decrepit. It was the erosion of our democracy, and it genuinely should be identified as the threat that it genuinely is. Hundreds of billions of infrastructure costs for concrete dystopian sprawl that will significantly devastate this entire region economically, environmentally, fiscally. This is not a question of, well, let's listen to the consultants, let's listen to things they pay for, and we'll determine if this is a good thing. No, we kind of already know exactly what's going on right now. We kind of saw it with the 9111 report. We saw almost common sense. Most reputed economists today say that concrete sprawl is going to be the most costly infrastructure. And in an environment like California, where almost everything's already ultra expensive as it is, it kind of paints a clear picture of exactly what's going to happen. It's going to drown out millions, thousands, and it's going to raise hundreds of billions in infrastructure costs. The voters of Solano County have already spoken clearly on this kind of issue. In 1984, they passed the Orderly Growth Initiative as a citizens' initiative precisely because they believed major conversions of ag land should be decided by the people who live here, not by small groups, not by ad hoc committees, not by a small group of 5 or 7. That principle of local democracy must be upheld now. I respectfully urge this board to place a countywide advisory measure on the ballot this November so that all residents of Solano County, not billionaires, not consultants, the people can have the direct say in California Forever. The people of this county have the right to determine their own destiny. Thank you.
Callers on the line, if you wish to speak under items from the public, please press *3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak under items from the public, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay. Caller with phone number ending in 20, do you wish to speak under items from the public?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Please go ahead. Please provide your name if you wish.
So I'm here to introduce myself. My name is Audra McDonald. I'm the founder and executive director of Vallejo Project, 501c3 organization serving transitional age youth here in Solano County. I am here to introduce our workforce pathways, community-based responses to homelessness, and invite the supervisors to come to 2160 Sacramento Street and visit our garden and transitional home for the garden tour on Sunday, the 17th of May. That's a part of the Vallejo Museum fundraiser. And we're the only community garden that's on that tour. Would love for you guys to come by. Vallejo Project was created with the support of young people ages 17 to 26 who are navigating some of the most challenging emotional and physical and workforce experiences that they will during their life. Our approach is through 3 areas. We provide housing, we have a garden for them to get back into their bodies, learn about the earth, sustainability, and then a workforce development program that's based out of workshops on Mare Island. And what makes our model unique is that it's both trauma-informed and opportunity-driven. So we're not just addressing the crisis, but we're building skills and leadership and a sense of belonging. We have amazing partners like Touro University, UC Berkeley, Cal Poly, Maritime, and many, many others in Solano County and Vallejo. Today I'm here to share how community-rooted youth-centered programming like ours can be a part of the broader county strategy, one that not only responds to homelessness, but actively prevents it by investing in young people before they fall through the cracks. Thank you for your time.
Other callers on the line? The last opportunity. If you wish to speak under items from the public, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay, they are not raising their hands.
So we're okay with cards and everybody? Okay, great. Okay, so are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, Chair, no additions or deletions today.
You always have the right answer. Thank you for the no. All right, so I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Do I have a second, anybody? Second. Okay, thank you. So it's been properly moved and seconded. Please vote.
So ordered by a vote of 4-0.
Okay, so are there any, now we're going to go to public comment on the consent calendar. Are there any consent calendar items that the board members wish to speak on or have pulled from the consent calendar?
I do want to speak on
Okay, which number?
It's actually on number 7. I know we can't have a presentation on everything.
Right.
That's why it sits where it sits. But this is something that's near and dear to my heart, so I just wanted to give a shout out to all of the
I know.
all of the folks who are involved in our foster care system in Solano County and for taking care of those very vulnerable youths. And so thank you to the parents, thank you to the staff, thank you to everybody who has anything to do with foster care and foster care awareness. And then also I just wanted to, they're not here, they didn't want to have a ceremony, but Tammy DeWitt and Crystal Riley from the probation department, that's almost 50 years of service. That's half a century of service to the citizens of Solano County and our public safety system. I appreciate what they did and how they did it, and our county is a safer place for them having done it. So thank you very much to both of you. I hope you enjoy your retirement. And that concludes my comments.
Okay. Anybody else on consent? Anybody else on consent? Okay, so we have, I'm trying to think. Please, thank you.
I have 2 callers on the line, so I would like to check it.
Oh, okay.
Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on the consent calendar, please press *3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on an item on the consent calendar, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay, ma'am, I show no one raising their hand, and I have no cards on the consent calendar.
Okay, so Mitch, you said you approved the consent calendar?
Yes, I moved consent.
Okay. So did anybody second it? So, all right. I get confused when we go from here to here to here. It's all sorts of fun things. Okay.
So
all
ordered
right.
by a vote of 4-0.
Sounds good. Now we get to go to special districts governed by the Board of Supervisors. I've been told that when I use the gavel that I'm not to hit Mitch, so.
It's a constant reminder.
It's a constant reminder.
Standing reminder.
Exactly. So.
Ma'am.
Yeah. So we are now moving our hats from being the Board of Supervisors, adjourning on that hat, to the special districts governed by the Board of Supervisors. And I believe we have somebody who's going to come talk to us.
You do. It's East Vallejo.
East Vallejo. Yeah. That's okay.
Apologies.
That's all right. It gets confusing after a while because we go from here to there and everywhere.
Conduct the quarterly meeting of the East Vallejo Fire Protection District Board of Directors.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. Jim Rustis, Interim Fire Chief for the City of Vallejo. I'm here to report that the Vallejo Fire Department has responded to 135 fire/medical 911 calls for service. We had 3 developmental reviews, no fire investigations, and no weed abatement complaints. The Vallejo Fire Department's primary mission is to safely protect the lives and property of the citizens of the residents of the East Vallejo Fire Protection District. We value customer service as the foundation of our organization. Any questions?
we're keeping track of making sure that people take care of all their weeds, right? So we don't have any kind of a
Yes.
fire issue? Okay.
Correct. We're with the rain, we were starting a big push with our prevention division to get out and do a big push on weed abatement
Okay.
in the entire city and specifically East Vallejo.
Great, thank you. I always worry about that, and I know everybody does too. Any comments from anybody on the board to East Vallejo? All right, so that means I get to not hit Mitch again. Oh, man, Mitch. And gavel ourselves out of this.
Ma'am,
Yes.
may I check and see if they're
Oh, there are people who want to speak? Okay, yes, please. Thank you.
callers on the line? If you wish to speak on agenda item number 15, please press *3 to raise your hand. Callers on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 15, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay, they are not raising their hand and I have no cards.
Okay, so now we're going to adjourn from being the fire district to the Board of Supervisors again. And thank you, East Vallejo. Appreciate you coming. All right, so item number 16, could the clerk of the board read the title, please?
Approve an intergovernmental agreement with the Yoshidahi Winton Nation for revenue of $1 million for a one-year period ending March 16th, 2027, to implement 4 projects to support programs and provide services which improve the health and well-being of the people of Solano County, including $500,000 to support operations of the First 5 Center in Vallejo, $280,000 to continue the mobile food pharmacy program, $120,000 to provide services to youth transitioning through and out of probation, and $100,000 to support conservation and preservation of Patwin ancestral land through education and exploration of local outdoor spaces. Approve an appropriation transfer request for $1 million for fiscal year 25-26 in unanticipated revenue, which does require a 4/5 vote, and delegate authority to the county administrator to execute the intergovernmental agreement and contracts and agreements related to the project implementation.
So, Ann, seeing you there, you get to enlighten us some more, it sounds like, or looks like it anyway. How does that sound?
I do. Good morning, Chair, members of the board, Ann Putney, Principal Management Analyst in the County Administrator's Office. And I do have a PowerPoint.
I'm getting.
Okay, thank you.
Pulling it up.
This item is to request the approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the Yochadihi Winton Nation and Solano County for $1 million that Yochadihi is graciously contributing to county programs to assist the community. Yochadihi is a sovereign nation that has deep philanthropic traditions, not only to their citizens, but to other Native Americans and non-Native Americans alike. Since they began partnering with Solano County in 2017, they have given nearly $8 million. I'd like to take a moment to review last year's funding and accomplishments, and then briefly review the projects they are funding this year. In 2025, First 5 Solano received $500,000, of which $300,000 went towards continuing operations of the First 5 Center in Vallejo through early learning, school readiness, social engagement, and peer support, and community resource information. $200,000 went towards the Basic Needs Support Program, which assisted 329 Solano County families with basic needs support, including mortgage, rental assistance, utility payments, clothing, food and toiletries, or transportation. Since Yochadihi began providing funding in 2017, the Basic Needs Program has helped 2,704 families. There's a full report available on these accomplishments if you'd like a copy. The mobile food pharmacy was originally purchased with funds from the Yochadihi Winton Nation and continues operating with the funds they provide. They received $200,000 in 2025. Since 2017, 18,747 patients have been assisted by the pharmacy, and nearly 4.7 million pounds of produce have been distributed. You can see the prescription for food that they use up there. It's really great. Probation has been a recipient of funding from Yochadihi, receiving $100,000 in 2025, which they used to provide barrier removal, educational and vocational materials, professional business attire, celebrations and motivational speakers, and youth development engagement. In speaking with probation staff, they told us about the incredibly positive impacts this funding has had on youth and their families. Because the funding is flexible and doesn't have the typical restrictions that other funding has, probation has been able to engage in some unique activities by the youth and their families. Last year, some of what they did included hosting the Hidden Genius Youth Technology Training Program at JDF, provided 9 youth with laptops to attend classes virtually. They assisted 3 youth and their families in obtaining basic household items, provided 5 youth with appropriate clothing for court appearances and interviews, hosted Family Day for 11 youth and their families at JDF, and provided 32 youth and their families with various holiday events. I also have a full report of these activities if you'd like a copy. In 2025, Vibe Solano received funding in the amount of $200,000 to fund prevention and wellness programs. These included a youth resiliency summit, oral health screenings that included fluoride varnish applications, blood pressure checks, focus groups for youth on substance use, and a student art showcase with 444 pieces of art with 1,500 attendees. The projects that Yochadihi is graciously funding in 2026 can be seen on this slide. First 5 will continue to receive $500,000, of which $300,000 is for the Vallejo Center operations and $200,000 for the Basic Needs Program. The mobile food pharmacy will receive $280,000, which includes funding to replace the truck's refrigeration unit. Probation will receive $120,000 to fund its early intervention and transition support for at-promise youth. And the Solano Resource Conservation District will receive $100,000 to provide outdoor experiences for students across Solano County to support and preserve Patwin ancestral land. For these funds, we would like to sincerely thank the Yochadihi Winton Nation for their generosity and partnership. So today we're asking that the board approve the intergovernmental agreement with Yochadihi, approve an ATR for $1 million to recognize the unanticipated revenue, and delegate authority to the county administrator to execute the agreement for funding and any agreements related to project implementation. And there are representatives from each of the 2026 projects here in case you have questions, and I believe Yochadihi representatives would like to say a few words.
Yes, I would like to go to them first before I go to the board.
Okay, I have Tribal Council Chairman Roberts on the line. Chairman Roberts, will you please press *6 to unmute yourself?
Hello?
Hello, good morning, we can hear you.
Good morning, Chairwoman Brown and esteemed members of the board. My name is Anthony Roberts, and I have the honor of serving as chairman for the Yochadihi Winter Nation. I want to begin by thanking you for the strong ongoing partnerships between our tribe and Solano County. We feel working together has made a real difference in our communities, and partnering on meaningful efforts in our Patwin ancestral homelands is deeply important to us. The Patwin people, my people, have cared for this land since time immemorial, and that responsibility continues today. It guides how we engage with you as neighbors, partners, and fellow stewards of this land. It also carries a responsibility to support the health and well-being of communities throughout our ancestral territory, which encompasses all of Solano County. I am personally proud of the lives that have been changed through what we have accomplished together, and this includes the mobile food pharmacy, First 5 Vallejo and Fairfield, and programs that provide our youth with better opportunities for their future. And it is especially meaningful to see our relationship continue to grow with so many partners in Solano going beyond this IGA, including Solano Community College, Toro University, Cal Poly Maritime Academy, Healthy Vallejo, and many organizations advancing environmental and cultural stewardship. In just the past several years, we have contributed more than $14.7 million to local causes and organizations supporting communities in and throughout Solano County. As we mark our 8th year of partnership, I want to recognize the county's responsible management of the tribe's funding commitment, not only for its positive impact on Solano County residents, but also as a testament to what good government and strong relationships can achieve together. We truly do value our partnership with the county, and I look forward to continuing our work together while we identify emerging needs and developing programs that serve who need it most. In closing, I want to thank you, Chairwoman Monica Brown, Vice Chair Cassandra James, Chair Pro Tem Wanda Williams, Supervisor Vasquez, and Supervisor Mashburn. Your leadership and commitment continue to make Solano County a stronger and more vibrant place for all. Thank you. We live well.
Thank
Truly
you for the
appreciate
kind
time.
words. I'm sorry, we're having difficulty up here, which means me. I can't press the buttons right. But thank you for the kind words, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I'm looking at Omar, I believe, right now. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Omar, for making the long drive. So, Supervisor Mashburn has his hand up.
Yeah, I just thought I had it on. There we go.
Yeah.
We are having technical difficulties. I just wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you so much to the tribe. $14 million in investment into our community, into our county over these years has changed lives, and it absolutely makes a difference. We spent the morning talking about the various organizations, whether they be mental health or for seniors or for our youth, that are important to our citizens. And this intergovernmental agreement shows just how much the tribe is involved in the community and listens, because all of those things that were important to us this morning are addressed via the contributions of the tribe through the first 5 and to help all those youth in the city of Vallejo, to the mobile food pharmacy, which provides a vital resource for our seniors in Solano County. We say thank you. And I just want to make sure that everybody out there realizes that, you know, in the tail end of what the chairman was talking about, he talked about some other organizations that also receive benefit from the tribe, not through this intergovernmental agreement. This agreement is an agreement between our 2 organizations, our 2 governments, for them to be able to make contributions within the county. And these are contributions that the tribe selected, not the county. The tribe selected these. But the tribe also makes other contributions. For example, they just added an additional $1 million in benefit for the preservation of the waterfront down at the Benicia Waterfront Park and the restoration of that park. They make contributions like that all over the county that are not necessarily part of our intergovernmental agreement. And for that, I also thank them, because that brings the total well above $14 million invested in a county. While it is their ancestral land, it is not where their tribe's headquarters resides. But they are so committed to their ancestral lands and to the people who currently live there that they make these contributions, and they're philanthropic here in Solano County. I just want to make sure that they hear that thank you loud and clear from our board.
Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. And as I said, the partnership has been tremendous, and we look forward to continuing to find ways to support this wonderful community. So thank you all once again very, very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Omar, did you want to? No, you're good. You're good. I've embarrassed you enough. Is that what you're telling me? No, it's always a pleasure. You guys are so nice all the time. So are there any public comments? Okay, so hold on a second.
Caller on the line with phone number ending in 20. Please press *3 or *6 to unmute yourself and state your name if you wish. Caller on the line with phone number ending in 20. It looks like you, okay, I think you pressed *3. Please press *6. There you go.
Hi, yeah, I had a question about whether all of the funds were already allocated, or whether some of the funds from the nation were available for RFPs or RFQs.
I think Ann, you can, or Ann.
Go ahead. Those funds were already allocated. Those have already been determined. The distribution has been determined by the tribe itself, and then the county facilitates that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that clarification.
And I have one card.
Okay.
I'm hoping I get this name right. Toya Adams.
Good morning, Chair Brown, Vice Chair James, and Board of Supervisors and the community. And I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to comment on item 16, the intergovernmental agreement with Yochadihi Winton Nation. My name is Toya Adams, and I serve as the Policy and Fund Development Program Manager for First Five Solano. On behalf of First Five Solano Children and Families Commission, I would like to express our deep appreciation to the Yochadihi Winton Nation for its long-standing partnership and commitment to our community. Over the past 8+ years, this collaboration has supported critical programs at the Vallejo First Five Center and provided essential basic needs resources across 6 family resource centers. Because of this partnership, we have been able to extend our reach and our impact, ensuring that more children and families receive the support they need to thrive. These are not just programs, they are lifelines for families across Solano County. To the tribe and its leadership, we are sincerely grateful for your continued investment in our community. We look forward to many more years of partnership and shared commitment to the well-being of children and families. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Any comments from the board? Any comments online? Any comments with a card?
Let me make sure. I have 2 more callers on the line, so let me double check that. Callers with phone number ending, or I'm sorry, just callers on the line. If you wish to speak on agenda item number 16, please press *3 to raise your hand. Okay, they are not raising their hands. So
Okay.
no more public comment.
Okay, so it's been properly moved? And then seconded, okay. All right. I will guarantee I heard it.
So ordered by a vote of 4-0.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We cannot thank you enough. All right, so hold on. To the clerk of the board, we're going to now go to item number 17. Is there anybody who has this burning desire to talk in the moment, or can you read it to me?
I have no cards, and I will ask, caller on the line, if you wish to speak on agenda item number 17, please press *3 to raise your hand. Caller on the line, if you wish to speak under agenda item number 17, please press *3. They're not raising their hands. Okay. Conduct a public hearing and receive a presentation from the Solano County Department of Human Resources on the status of county vacancies, recruitment, and retention as required annually by Government Code Section 3502.3 as added by AB 2561 effective January 1st, 2025.
Okay. Oh, there's a human being. That means it must be getting a presentation. Thank you for coming.
You are correct. Thank you. Niger Edwards, Human Resources Director, Solano County. Good morning to the board, specifically Chair Brown, Vice Chair Cassandra James, and Supervisor Williams and Mashburn. I am bringing to you this morning a presentation on our vacancies over the past year. Beginning in January 1 of 2025, Government Assembly Bill 2651 added to Government Code 3502.3 that every county or public agency, shall I say, shall at least annually report on the status of their vacancies and their recruitment efforts and retention per year. This bill identifies any necessary changes to policies and also requires that we notice any recognized employee organizations to see if they would like to make presentation. This morning, we will provide information related to the first two items. And while we did send notices out to the unions, we did not receive any response. However, I will acknowledge that we did see a representative from SEIU this morning who did speak a little bit about this as well. Yeah. The annual vacancy presentation may also include information related to any particular bargaining groups that exceed 20% vacancy rate. While this year, no specific group asked us to include the information that is listed above, which is total number of vacancies, total number of applicants, and additional information listed here. We're also going to provide that information during this report. Okay, so we have 19 bargaining groups, and then we have 4 additional unrepresented groups. So what you see before you is a list or a chart of each of those groups, the number of allocated positions, the vacant positions per of those, and then the corresponding vacancy rate. The county's overall vacancy rate as of February 28, 2026 was 10.55. This number does include unbudgeted positions, so if we adjust the calculation, the actual rate for vacancies is 7.24%. There was one bargaining unit, which is highlighted in green on there, which is our Unit 11, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the presentation, that did have a vacancy rate of 50.34, so it is one that we will focus on as exceeding the 20%. Between 2024 and 2026, you'll see the year-over-rate change of our vacancies, including our requisition rate and our total rate. And since March of 2024, the vacancy rate has declined. It did go back up a little bit in 2025, but it is back down to 10.55, and the number of requisitioned positions is 7.66. The next slide just indicates the number of transactions that Human Resources has processed, of the number of employees or former employees, new employees that have come in or gone out. So we have 83 retirements, 147 resignations, 23 terminations, and then 764 hires. The hires of 764 is a total of new people, 252, and then internal movement, so people promoting or transferring, was about 512. The hires include, again, promotions and demotions and transfers. And during the same time period, we experienced a total of 253 separations, which are the numbers that are listed above separately: retirement, resignation, and termination. Now we'll move on to discussing Unit 11, which had the over 20% vacancy rate. Bargaining Unit 11 has 22.35 allocated positions, and about half of those are vacant. We do want to point out that the unbudgeted number of positions is actually, once we subtract the unbudgeted number of positions, the actual total of allocated vacant positions is 13.75. Or allocated positions, and the actual vacancy number is 2.65. So the actual vacancy rate, when we take out the unbudgeted positions, is 19.27, just under the 20%. Yes.
Supervisor Brown, can I
Oh,
ask a quick question?
not a problem. I just didn't see your name. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
So just for this public's edification, we know what a Unit 11 is, but
Yes.
Unit 11 is the doctors, correct?
It's our doctors, physicians, and dentists.
Right, yeah, I
Or
just wanted to make sure.
physicians, dentists, and
Yeah,
psychiatrists.
just wanted to make sure everybody out there knew that,
Yes.
what that was.
Okay, thank you. So our next slide just shows some data with regards to the 20%, and it shows our number of requisitions, the average number of applications that we've received, how many people actually made it onto our eligible list. Just for those who are unaware, because we're civil service, we do take people through an exam recruitment process, and those who are successful are then placed on an eligible hiring list. So that is the number there that you see under that column, and then the number of hires that we've made. As you can see, we've not been extremely fruitful in hiring staff for this. It does take us about 165 days to have filled our 2 psychiatrist positions, which we were successful in doing so this year in March and January. Just a little bit of data with regards to department. So the Department of Healthcare Access and Information indicates that all 58 California counties are projected to face a shortage across behavioral health roles. So just shedding light that while we are presenting data for Solano County, and by just the sheer existence of this assembly bill, there is a clear problem with recruitment in public service, which is why all public agencies are now required to provide this information annually. Additionally, the San Diego County Oral Health Coalitions write that although California has the highest number of dentists per population of any state, there are 78 population-specific shortages. Solano County is one of those areas. So that sheds a little bit of light as to why we're having some difficulties there. As it relates to recruitment and retention efforts, we continue to provide through our partnership with Partnership Health Plan bonuses to those persons who would become potential candidates or employees for us of varying amounts for clinic physicians, psychiatrists, and other and also for clinic physicians if they commit for a longer period of time. So up on the screen, you'll see that there are various amounts. There is a commitment that each person would need to make. These are paid in increments. There's an amount that is paid upon hire, and then over time, they receive a little bit more until they max out on their commitment period time. And in addition to these grants that are provided for them as a bonus, we have a student loan repayment program wherein we match up to $70,000 over an 8-year period to assist with any academic financial burdens that they may have had. And we also offer relocation and moving expenses, not just for the person, but also for their extended family. So what are the reasons for vacancies? There's a tight labor market, meaning that the number of positions available far outweighs the number of people applying for these positions. We've only seen a recent increase, mostly due to the layoffs in the federal government and private sector, where we're starting to receive additional applications of qualified people. Just pointing out that between 2020 and 2023, California lost 529,000 residents. A recent report indicates that it is not projected to recover that population until the year 2031. There is a high demand for occupation without adequate supply. So your positions such as social and healthcare worker and engineers are in high demand, but they lack a sufficient pipeline to fill those positions. You're also seeing when people go away to college and they go to another state, they're not always necessarily coming back. here. So when they are educated and they go do those things, they don't necessarily come back to California to do that. And then there's many of the healthcare positions are very demanding and produce high burnout, and so sometimes it's a deterrent for people who just want to seek work-life balance to enter into those career fields. The great debate, salary versus benefits. It's always been, hey, get a job with a public agency, you'll have a great retirement. But as you can see over the years with inflation, the cost of living, people are more concerned about how much they have in their pocket today, right now. And so that has been something that has impacted, I believe, for a lot of public agencies, some of the growth of recruiting and bringing people in. Priorities are a little bit different, and unfortunately, being the public sector, we can only offer so much, and then there are things that we are required to provide that we cannot substitute out, like the retirement. So we can't create that balance of giving more in the salary and then reducing retirement to help balance our budgets as well. Countywide recruitment and retention efforts, we continue to utilize our new NeoGov system, which is tied into governmentjobs.com. We have seen that that system has helped streamline our application process and review. It has also helped us reach out to a greater number of candidates because it allows for people to be able to search an area. So if there are social workers out there looking for something, let's say in Sacramento, if they put a 50-mile radius in, Solano County jobs will also come up for them. So they'll find even what they're not looking for. Okay. So when we switched to NeoGov in 2024, we received 19,835 applications. In this last year, we received a little more than 1,000 more, so 20,943 applications. I'd also like to point out that in 2025, we participated in 12 in-person career fairs. So you'll note that last year when I came, we had done some virtual fairs, and then we were starting to get back out into the career in person. I will say that just this year alone, we are only in May, we've already done 10. Just some notes about social media. We are starting to use that a bit more, so we've refreshed our passwords. We're trying to make sure that we're using these tools to help us with our recruitment efforts. It is a very powerful tool in enhancing our recruitment efforts, so we're now sharing job opportunities and showcasing our workplace culture across the different platforms. So you may see us now on LinkedIn. We've updated our Facebook page. We are ensuring that we are making sure that we are visible to the public. Sometimes people don't look for us, so now we have to kind of look for them, or at least let them know that we're here. We continue to provide internship opportunities and flexible schedules. I wanted to point out just the compensation. So again, we're unable to compete with some private industry jobs. So our main competitors are public. We take a look at our comparable agencies. So this year we were in negotiations, and as part of that process, we did take a look at the agencies to which Solano County compares. Around us, there are about 10 county agencies as well as another 11, I believe, city agencies that we look at. During that study, we were able to identify quite a few positions that over the years, for one reason or another, were not comparable any longer. During the negotiations process, we were able to adjust the salaries of those positions. There were about 15, and then the 15 that we adjusted also created some changes or impacts to other jobs that also needed to be adjusted because they report in that series or line, and so we wanted to make sure that they were not negatively impacted. And so in addition to a COLA of 3%, people got a varying equity adjustment anywhere from about 5% up to 20% in total of their salaries. We continue to provide ongoing training and development opportunities, and that will be as part of our mentoring program through NACO. So this provides leadership, so this helps with our promotion. We continue to provide tuition reimbursement program. We probably one of the few counties, I don't think I've seen any recently. We reimburse up to $5,000 annually for people to go to school and receive tuition. During the course of the negotiations, we also offered some flexibility in that tuition reimbursement process to include that if someone needed a credit or no credit class in order to graduate, meaning it's a milestone for that particular program, that we would now reimburse for that, and we had not been doing that in the past. We also provided some flexibility in for the schools who aren't traditional anymore. They don't have that semester or credit. So we identified how many number of courses one can take for those types of schools within a specific time period in order to be reimbursed. And we are a little bit more flexible in how we place people in their salary steps. So we are giving credence and latitude to those who come to us with experience that is well above what we've asked on our minimum qualifications. I've been in public service for over 20 years, and I can remember that no matter which position I kind of went for, they always gave me the lowest salary, and you had to work your way up. And so we've identified that in order to be competitive, we have to make sure that we're looking at the worth that people are presenting to us as well. Okay. Our future efforts, we are continuing to review and look at our civil service rules to modernize those so that they are still fair, but they fit today's world. We are going to embark on a classification study that was slightly delayed due to our being in negotiations, and so we're going to get back into making sure that we do that so that we can update those classifications to reflect the minimum qualifications that are effective for today, including adding in there not just the education profile, but also the amount of experience that might be substituted if someone does not have a particular degree. Of course, that is where we're allowed to, right, where it's not a regulation or a law. And then we want to get back into the schools to introduce our students at an earlier age to public service. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think we have done an awesome job having people go out and get into tech and get into research and all of those different things, but we forgot to tell them about us along the way. So it's just getting back out there. We continue to partner with our employment training providers, and so we will look at all of these things. We will continue pushing forward and trying to fill the vacant positions that we have. And that actually concludes my presentation.
It's not anybody's fault. I just keep forgetting I have to keep doing it all the time. To my colleagues up here on the dais, does anybody have a question?
I do, but I'll wait till after the public hearing.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. My quick question is, are all the schools that we reimburse accredited?
Yes, they must be accredited.
Just want to make sure, because sometimes they sneak in. All right, so I get to not hit Mitch again. Open the public hearing with my gavel, and I've now opened the public hearing. Madam Clerk, are there any cards submitted or callers on the line that wish to speak?
I have no callers on the line, and I have no cards submitted for this item.
Okay, so I now go to my colleagues. So, Mitch, did I do something? Oh, I closed the public. Are there any comments? Okay, I'm looking through, okay, because there's nobody from the public that wants to speak, and my colleagues don't count as public. Got it.
There you go.
Okay. You look human to me, you guys. All right, so public hearing has now been closed, so now I will go to my colleagues. So Mitch, I'll go with you, and then District 1.
I just had a quick question on slide number 8, ma'am, which is the slide about vacancy data. And on that slide, it shows that we had an eligible list of 2 for psychiatrists, and we hired 2. We have a clinical physician list that has 4 eligibles on it, but we haven't hired anybody. And we have 12 eligible dentists, and we haven't hired anybody. Is there a reason why we have eligibles and we don't have hires?
There could be a number of reasons. So once we create the eligible list goes out to the departments with the top 5 ranked candidates, plus 1 additional for every open position that is available. So I know the departments have conducted interviews, and out of that they have not selected someone, but in some cases people have declined, or they have not responded to the interview request related to whether or not, once they've gone through the departmental interview, the department still found them suitable for the position that they had. I do not have that data or information related to that.
Just curious, it's just an anomaly. I look and I say, well, we got all these vacancies and we got people sitting on an eligible list and we don't have any hires.
Yes.
Does that also have something to do maybe with the length of time that it takes to navigate that process?
It could depend. So we leave these particular positions open, usually on an open continuous basis, because while it says 31 with 12 that made it to the list, it may have taken a year to get to those 12 people. And so there might be 1 or 2 that trickle in, and then we go through a process with them, put them on the list, interview them. They could decline, they could, any one of those things, and we might not see a few more qualified names until 5 months later.
Okay. So. All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
District 1?
Thank you, District 2.
I love District 2 because it's the only prime, even prime number. Sorry. Anyway. Okay.
Just a quick question about the civil service rules. And I don't know if I missed it, but what is the timeline for it to complete like the rule update? Especially, I think I heard around like the minimum qualifications of, will it be education and or experience?
So for your second question with the minimum, that would be our classification study. Okay. We still have to put an RFP out and then select the consultant who will provide those services. Then we would get with them to determine how long they think this will take. So classification studies are extremely complicated. Depending, I think we have 280 classes, I believe, give or take. We would have to determine which ones are priority for us, what it looks like as far as the consultant is concerned as to how they would like to approach it. Some people will say if it's a class that goes across the county that they would like X number of people within each department to provide input. They usually like to meet with them to kind of ask clarifying questions. And so I would say it could be months to years, but hopefully as we move through it, we're able to pull in groupings of classifications so that those are complete. But a total study can take several years.
Okay, thank you. And then this is my civil service one.
Yes.
I always give the two.
No, it's okay.
What safeguards are in place to ensure that any changes do not unintentionally limit access or opportunity, particularly for smaller departments or underrepresented groups?
So you mean when we make the changes?
Yes.
So part of the civil service process, just like any other process, when we would do policies or things of that nature, would be that we would identify, so my department would identify what we think are changes that are necessary for it, and then we would, because it impacts different departments, have them take a look at what those items look like. And then as we begin to move through the process, we would then have to include our bargaining groups to have them also look at what's included in there, get their suggestions, their thoughts, to see if there are some impacts related to the changes that are made. And then we would bring those forward to the Civil Service Commission to make their decision as to which ones they are okay with, and then others that they're not and they would like to leave them the same, they would make that decision. You're welcome.
Continuing with the theme of numbers, District 3.
I just like when we call each other Supervisor Williams, Chair Brown. That's my preference.
You don't even have to say Chair Brown. It doesn't bother me a bit.
Yeah, just respecting your office. Nevertheless, moving forward with my question,
Yes.
I wanted to ask this because just listening to the conversation and the information submitted, can you hear me? How are we utilizing the information from our staff within the data analytics? Like, are we doing ongoing surveying of staff as to how we recruit, what that recruitment look like, what can we do better just from a staff perspective, so that when we're working these things into the process, it's there. I know it's not quite what the civic service do, but I just was wondering, how are we incorporating that into it as well?
So can I ask for clarification? Do you mean the staff as in the hiring managers, or do you mean our employees are? Okay.
You're correct. Employees.
Okay.
Because our employees who've already went through the process and currently in the job may be able to provide just some feedback for us to utilize as we continue to work through our recruitment process and see what we can do outside of, what the industry indicates for just our county itself. So I was just wondering, are we reaching out to our employee base with surveys to get information?
So I will say that we've not done that since I've been here, to reach out to them in and accept the engagement survey that Ms. Mary Stutz did with some of the staff, and that was a random sampling. And so we do have some data from that related to how employees feel, what they would like to see. But as it relates to actual recruitment, we rely on the SMEs, which could be a staff member. So we don't just use the hiring manager, we might use a supervisor. We might test with employees who are currently employed to see if they can pass the examination themselves, right, of anything that we're using as a recruitment tool in order to help us determine if we're doing the right testing. But as it relates to a specific survey going out about what our recruitment or retention efforts are or what they should look like, we have not yet embarked on that.
Well, I would just like to encourage it, especially as we talked about inclusionary workforce back in 2024. We're in 22 years now. So if we could, start utilizing some of that data too, I really think it will help us in our recruitment process to continue to recruit those individuals with the qualifications and who want to be here because they know we're doing everything possible to make our continue and to improve of making our place our county a great place to work.
Okay.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, before we go to talking about closed session, I just need to know, is there going to be a report out?
No, there will not be a report.
Okay. Yep.
Agenda item number 18, conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, Solano County representatives and employee organizations as listed in the agenda, and conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, in-home supportive services authority representatives and employee organization as listed in the agenda.
And since we will not be coming back after a closed session, are there any board member reports? Okay.
Thank you. Just a few. This Thursday, my office will host the third installment of our community engagement series, focusing on the eastern part of Vallejo. The meeting will take place in District 2 at the Glen Cove Elementary School because there is no large meeting spot on my side of the district. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and the program will begin promptly at 6:30. Council member Dr. Tanya Letiju will be joining to provide city updates, and Sheriff Brad DeWall will share information regarding the public safety services as this area receives direct coverage through the contracted services. White Slough, just an update on White Slough. Dozens of residents, unhoused residents, in-house residents within that area, community organizations came together to organize a cross-sector, multi-phase, multi-month process that began back in December with a more intensive strategic planning launching 10 weeks ago. This effort has been led by the unhoused individuals living in White Slough, ensuring that the most direct impacted are guiding the work. While the broader initiative is focused on White Slough as a whole, there's a target priority on the area known as the Island, which runs parallel to Highway 37. Due to the immediate impact on the ecosystem and the surrounding community, White Slough itself is a complex parcel comprised of both private and public ownership, requiring coordinated collaboration across sectors. Additionally, there are funds, the encampment resolution funds, that are currently available through the Housing and Community Development from the state to support cleanup efforts and rehousing solutions, and some organizations have already begun meeting with each other to see in regards to the eligibility for those funds. My committee update, JPA, before I get to that, last month there was a clear reminder that when serving on the committee, it is the responsibility of each member to report to the primary board to ensure transparency, shared understanding, and also to make sure there's communication. So last Thursday at the JPA, I am the alternate on that board. There were several updates. Several updates were discussed, including, again, the encampment resolution funds, which is round 5 is opened. It was emphasized that these funds are not intended to support broad community-wide programming, so not encampments in Solano County as a whole, but particular encampments within each portion of Solano. And then there is ongoing conversation of what meaningful support and partnership between the JPA board staff would look like with the COC and community organizations in the cities. In addition, a vote was taken to update the coordinated entry service provider for the county as a whole, so there should be a few months of transition. And I understand the need for efficiency and alignment, but I will say I left that meeting with important questions and concerns. So, and I just want us to ensure that we are not becoming too comfortable with consolidating contracted services to one or few agencies here. And lastly, I wanted to close the meeting in memory of 2 Vallejoans. The first one, Caddy McCarver. She's a longtime Vallejo resident and the former owner of House of Soul. She transitioned on April 24th. And for 58 years, she created a safe haven in a home away from home with her restaurant. And her memorial celebration did take place yesterday. And the second person is Antonio Fernandez Santos, known in the community as Tony. He was he pledged Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, was deeply committed to uplifting youth through his Dress for Success education program. He mentored high school students on how to interview and build financial literacy, and every year he organizes toy drive with the purpose of giving back to kids in Vallejo. His celebration of life will be May 16th, 2026 at 11 a.m., taking place at Union Baptist Church in Vallejo, and may their memories be a blessing. Thank you.
Okay, take a glass of water here. Okay. Okay, Supervisor Williams.
Thank you. I want to just, first and foremost, I know we're going to have a lot of mothers being celebrated soon, so happy Mother's Day to everyone. I've already closed in memory of Mr. Frederick Sid Williams, and so I want to also share that tomorrow I'll be hosting my First Ladies and Women in Ministry breakfast in an effort to bring the faith community together and discuss about federal cuts in SNAP and Medi-Cal. So we'll be hosting that out of my office tomorrow morning. So I look forward to that. I don't have a real long update. That was it for me. So again, thank you, and thank you, Supervisor James, for as the alternate being there at the CAP Solano JPA. It's really great when you can partner and have good working relationships with your colleagues. So it's really an honor. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
All right, Supervisor Mashburn.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Chair. This is not a in memory of, this is just an invitation to the residents of Solano County. The Dixon Mayfair is going to start this week on Thursday and run through the weekend. So if you're not doing a Sunday brunch for Mom for Mother's Day, you can always bring her out to the Demolition Derby out at the Mayfair. It's always a hoot. Anyway, great fun for families out there all weekend. It's supposed to be great weather, so hopefully we'll see you out there. Thank you.
Oh, that's so cool. Then, since there's not going to be any action after closed session, we're going to be adjourning the meeting of the Solano County Board of Supervisors until our next board meeting, which is hard to believe it's going to be June 2nd, 2026. Am I reading that date correct?
May 12th.
Okay, it's May 12th. That didn't make sense to me either. I'm thinking, does that mean I get to go away for a while? Okay, so May 12th, okay. All right, I was looking around going, that did not make sense to me. Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm glad that we have that clarification for me. So I want to thank you all. We made it through another day. And to the staff and stuff like that, we made it through, guys. That's all I care about. All right, so we're upstairs again? Okay. All right, so see you guys in a few. Oh, that's right, thank you. One of these days,
Thanks for using WebEx. Visit our website at www.webex.com.